Welcome back, my regular individuals, to another episode of A Word with Erica. And I call you guys my regular individuals. And I am too a regular person. So here you go. You got me on one of those days. If you can't tell, I'm very much struggling. Don't know what's going on with my skin right now. It's struggling as well. This has never happened to me. The hyperpigmentation, the just look like a complete dumpster fire. But this is the regularness of A Word with Erica. Right now, my page focuses on mental health and support. And so let's just have a real regular moment. I am currently struggling right now. And I don't cry very often, but I just had me an entire breakdown. So I have a question for you guys, particularly my moms out there, my single moms who have absolutely no help, no support. This is more so directed to you. How do you navigate being a single mom who doesn't get a break? How do you navigate the growing pains of growing with your children and the hurt that it causes? I'm not taking away from anybody that may be married and are a single mom, or those individuals who are co-parenting and they're a single mom. I'm talking about those individuals like myself. There is no father involvement. There is no child support, little to no child support. There's no family support. You can't call granny or their dads and be like, hey, come get your kids for a week. I'm talking about those ones who are with their children 24/7 for however many years you have been with them. And it hurts. Like, I keep getting, oh, you're doing such a great job with them. They're so well mannered. They're so well spoken. They're so this. Yes. But it is still hard. I don't go anywhere. I've never had a vacation. I don't do anything. And it's not to blame them at all. Like, I just can't do that when I'm a single mom with one income. Can barely pay bills. So how can I do anything? So, like I said, I am teaching my children to be mentally, emotionally stable and healthy individuals. I'm trying my hardest. But it comes with its own, backlash. For myself, I would say I require one thing of my children. Like, growing up, my mom played no games. She had 5 kids. I'm the youngest of 5. Mom played no games when it came to cleaning. And I guess I kind of took that on to the point where I got a little bit of OCD. And I got a little bit of perfectionism. But for my mental health, cleanliness is that thing. You know how they say, you know when you're going through something because your space is a direct reflection of what's going on in your head. Now, typically, my room is the cleanest in the place. As you can see, my closet is color coordinated. That's just how my mind operates. Well, as a mom, I only require one thing from my children, and that's to pick up after themselves. Like, initially, I get told sometimes your expectations are too high. They're never going to clean like that. But they will, and they can. They don't want to because they used to. They used to clean. And I know as you get older, you have more interest in other things. Like, my kids don't have phones. They just got iPads for Christmas this year, and they keep getting taken from them because they can't do what I need them to do. And I'm at a point where this is getting so hard for me to be alone and to have one income and just do it all. It's a struggle. I love my kids with everything in me. But I just sometimes I feel this parenting thing wasn't for me. I can't do this. It's hard because sometimes I get to the point where I don't want to be a parent. I don't want to be a mom, especially when it gets to points like this. I don't ask for a lot, and I try to give my kids the childhood that I didn't receive growing up. I felt my mom told me she doesn't like me, she wish she never had me. And I never want my kids to feel like that, but I do. Sometimes I just can't. I don't want to be a mom right now. I need a break. I need a true break. I don't know what that looks like, but I'm struggling. Like, how do we navigate this? My kids are 9 and 11. And here in the next 2 months, they're going to be 10 and 12. So we're just now hitting that rebellion. We've hit rebellion a year or so ago. But it's not too bad. And don't get me wrong, my kids, they are good kids. They're highly intelligent. They are very hospitable. They are very, very caring. And they're the sweetest people on the planet. But Lord, that don't make it any easier because they're not always sweet. They're not always mild-mannered. They're not always, like, they're little jerks sometimes. They be hurting my feelings. Now, my sister always told me that, not that I love my kids too much, but my kids are my everything, and they always have been. And she's like, they're gonna break your heart. And my heart continues to get broken. But I can say maybe my expectations are too high, but cleanliness, like, that's all I ask for. Now, here we go. The other day, my daughter got her socks, like, extremely, extremely dirty. I told her to go wash them out in the sink when we got home. A little while later, I go in the bathroom and I smell cleaning supplies, but I don't see anything been cleaned or been cleaned. And I realized that she had cleaned it in a butter bowl. You know, as Black women, we keep our butter bowls and we eat out of them. But she had put her socks in there with bleach and Fabuloso and soap. Okay. I didn't say anything because I was too tired. Hopefully she had washed them out. But that was 2 days ago. Today, I asked for food. We don't have much food, but I asked, can you make some broccoli? My other kid made broccoli, and she gave it to me in a butter bowl. Like, I didn't pay attention any other day, and I'm just like, okay. So I ate a piece, and I'm just like, why does it taste funny? And I'm just like, this bowl doesn't smell. It only smells like soap. And then I was like, I smell it again. I take a second sniff, and I'm just like, it smells like Fabuloso and bleach. And I was like, who had this bowl? And she was like, the other one was like, me. And I was like, well, did you wash it out? No. Okay. I also noticed that there was a spoon or two in the dish rack. I went to pick it up to use it. It was gritty. So I was like, who also had the spoon? She was like, me. It's like, so did you attempt to wash any of these dishes? No, ma'am. Or why on earth is it in the dish rack upside down like it's been cleaned? Like, who does that? And I know some of you are thinking they're just kids. No, they're not just kids. They are my kids, and they know the expectations. Like, how can you be so careless and lazy to just pick up the things and just put it in the dish rack? Like, that's disgusting. That's beyond disgusting. And that was like a breaking point for me. Like, something that may be very minute to you, it's almost like a rock bottom for me. Because I only require one thing. You don't have to clean it to my standards every time. But clean up. Clean up after yourself like you care. So, my regular individuals, regular moms. How do you navigate being alone all the time? Like, this is trash. I want nothing but the best for my children, for their futures. I try to give them a life that I didn't have growing up with everything that I do. Like, I want to buy a home. I've been saving. I'm trying to save, but life happens. I want to homeschool them to keep them from the pain and the bullying at school. And I'm like, there's so much. This is one of those relationships that isn't reciprocated. And it can't be totally reciprocated because it's my duty to care for those babies, for those children. Like, God gave them to me to care for them and then return them to Him. And I don't want to return those kids null and void. I don't want to return them broken. And I just fear, because sometimes I get upset and I don't want anything to do with them and I just leave and go to my room for days. Or I tell them to leave me alone, or I'll say out loud, I don't want to be a parent right now. And that doesn't make them feel good. And I don't want to hurt them with my words. I don't want to hurt them in any way. But how do I express my hurt? There's not a single person in my circle. There's not a single person in my life that can understand how I feel or where I'm coming from, because it's not a single person that doesn't get some kind of help. It's difficult. It is beyond difficult in every way possible. I can't get them a vacation. I can't always do stuff for their birthdays because finances don't allow for it. I like to spend time with my kids, and anybody that knows me know that we have set scheduled family time every night, because I don't believe in the technology and just like letting technology babysit my kids. I want to babysit my kids. I want to spend time with them. I want to do meaningful things with my kids. So we'll paint, have board game night, family movie night. We do things together. That's meaningful to me. But sometimes with the attitudes and the lack of respect, care, concern, or regard for me, like, it's baffling. And no, I don't want to throw up in their face. I do everything for you. It's my responsibility, but that doesn't make it any less hurtful when you just completely disregard or blatantly disrespect me. This junk ain't easy. It's not easy raising those girls. Like, they're great until they're not. So I'm just asking, how do we navigate this mentally? Yes, I talk to a therapist. I don't